Greetings YouTube and welcome to the Blue Corner. In today's episode I'll be giving you guys an update to my Dark World deck profile. It's pretty much what it's been before, Graph City style, but no tour guides because the reprint has not come out yet. Once that does happen though, I will be working those in because the card is just that good. Being able to pull out browse on the deck is pretty nice, but otherwise though, it operates is just about any other Dark World deck does. When it goes off, it does so well, and it just snowballs and snowballs and snowballs. But when it's not going off, i.e. your opponent locks you out of your spells with Nat Beast, Secret Village, or you just can't get that discard outlet for your clogged hand full of Dark World monsters, and vice versa, then there are going to be problems. It just seems to be a consistency issue that Dark Worlds will always have, at least when you're not running tour guides, and who knows what will happen afterwards. Anyway, so yeah, it's a fairly speedy build, and it's still all about Grapha. He's your big guy. You want to get it out as soon as possible, and you just basically work with his 2700 to 3000 attack, and whenever your opponent kills it, you just bring it back. And then triple snow, because yeah, snow searches out what you need, Grapha or another one, or the gates. Then you got your triple brow for extra draw power. I recently changed it up with a Silva, and I'm honestly on the fence about this. I mean, the extra offensive power is pretty nice, but I just like having that Dark World monster I can normal summon and bounce with Grapha, which would be another one of these. That's what I'm leaning towards anyway. But yeah, they do the same thing. You discard them, you special summon them. This is 2600 under gates. This is 1900, but you can normal summon it. Both are good targets for a lure. One Transart Screen, just pitch a Dark World monster to boost them up. Then they get their effects, and when he dies, you get back your removed Dark Worlds. Pretty straightforward. And then I threw in a Fabled Raven. I mean, yeah, this is a bit of a pricey card, but he's getting that reprint, so I guess you can put this under budget now. But he just gives you another discard outlet, and he lets you randomly synchro at times. I never used him at all recently, but it's still there. And that's it for the monsters. Pretty low counts. And now we get to like the bulk of the deck, and that would be the draw support. Got double gates, just two because Snow can search it out, and you can put the third one in as a side deck card. Triple dealings, triple drag down, triple upstart, one allure, one card destruction. Looking through the rest of my spells, yeah, so look at all these spell cards that let me draw through my deck. Yeah, that's a real friggin' lot. Then you got your one-ofs Dark Hole, Foolish, Storm, and Reward. Then on to the traps. Triple Reckless. Said it once before, said it again, this is probably the best deck out there that can use this card, because even under a Reckless lock, you can just use gates to let yourself draw a card and blah 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 blah. So yeah, this just thins out the deck even more so that you can set up your hand and then go off. Not gonna lie, the deck is pretty derpy in that sense. You're either going to win big or you're going to lose hard. Double Mind Crush. Take cards out of your opponent's hand with deck Debbie and whatnot, and if you need to discard, again, just call something you know your opponent won't have. I think I've done that at least 5 times now during testing. I have a bad hand full of Dark World monsters. I summon a monster, and then I just call something bad with Crush, and my opponent hit a Grapha, and then the hand was salvageable. After 2 GT, because Grapha floats, so I don't see why not. One deck Debbie. This card has been really nice in testing. Just rip off your opponent's hand, and then it just makes it easier to hit stuff with Mind Crush. One Road to protect gates, and one Solemn Judgment. And I even got an extra deck here, but it's not really used that often. It'll probably see more action once the Tour Guide reprint comes, and that is a Chimera Tech, Scrap Dragon, Stardust, Ancient Sacred Wyvern because Fabled Raven is a light. And one idea I had was Chaos King Archfiend. He requires a Fiend Tuner, so this guy, and a non-tuner Fiend, and just a non-tuner monster, and which would be beige. He's 2900 under gates, and when he attacks, the attack and defense of all monsters your opponent controls switches until the end of the battle phase. So basically, he can lead to some pretty derpy shenanigans. I haven't actually had this go off yet, but I figure, what the hell? He basically can kill anything with less than 2900 defense. It's pretty nice. And think of all those boss monsters these days that have high attack, low defense. This guy will just get over things. One Dark Highlander. I don't know why I'm really using this. I mean, nobody really synchro summons anymore, but you know what? He is 3100 gates. Black Rose to boom the field. Brioneck and Catastrophe for the synchros. Then for the Xyz, Utopian Roach, Leviair, Maestroke, Lose a Rhythm, and 10 Tempo. So, yeah, that's my spells and traps, and that's my monsters. Pretty alarming difference. I'm pretty sure well over half the deck is draw support, but it's just how Dark Worlds pretty much are at times, or these days. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this update to Budget Graph City. These are probably going to be coming out for the tour guides, and quite possibly Silva if I can find where, yeah, and probably Silva as well if I want to go the full 3, but I'll probably just do 2. Thank you all for watching, and until the next time,